Welcome, students. We are discussing one act play, The Proposal. In the previous section, we have discussed the conversation between Lomov and Chekhov. Remember, Lomov reached Chekhov's house with a purpose of marriage. He wanted to marry Chekhov's daughter, Natalia, who is 25 years old. In the beginning, both welcomed each other. After that, Lomov started talking in round manner. He told that he was very excited to express his emotions and feelings. Then Chupkov says, you speak out your feelings. Don't talk in round manner. At this point, Lomov expressed his feelings. He told him that he wanted to marry his daughter. After listening it, Chupkov became happy. He had a desire to marry his daughter to Lomov. After getting consent of Chupkov, Lomov was also happy. So both were talking regarding this proposal. Both were happy. In meantime, Lomov expressed his anxiety that Natalia would give her consent to this proposal or not. Chupkov said she would give her consent to this proposal because she was already in love with you. So after listening this again, Lomov became happy. Lomov and Chupkov both were happy. After this, we move to next speech of Lomov. After getting positive response from Chupkov, what were his feelings? He is going to share in this speech. Now see Lomov's speech. It is cold. I am trembling all over, just as if I had got an examination before me. Meaning is this, when he expressed his opinion regarding marriage before Chupkov, at that time he was feeling that he was giving an examination. He was eagerly waiting for the result. From Chupkov's side, he got positive response. So he is saying that when I expressed my opinion before you, it seemed that I had got an examination. The great thing is, I must have my mind made up. Mind made up for what? Mind made up for marriage to Natalia. Meaning is this, Lomov wanted to marry Natalia. If I give myself time to think, to hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. So here Lomov is expressing his condition before this thought. This thought means thought of marrying to Natalia. He said that if I start thinking, if I hesitate, if I talk a lot, if I look for an ideal or for real love, then I will never get married. But it is cold. Natalia is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. So this is the opinion of Lomov regarding Natalia. According to him, she is an excellent housekeeper. She is good looking. She is well educated. What more do I want? But I am getting a noise in my ears from excitement. So he was very excited. He drink, and it is impossible for me not to marry. So here he speaks his situation, his status of his mind before deciding to marry Natalia. In the first place, I am already 35, a critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet and regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I am excitable and always getting awful upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling. There is a twitch in my right eyebrow. So, in this speech of Lomov, we noticed that Lomov had expressed his anxiety regarding this marriage. He expressed his desire to marry Natalia. Before deciding this proposal, he expressed his excitement, his hesitation, everything he had expressed in this speech. So here, in one word, we can say he expressed his anxiety before the reader. Now we move to next part. But the very worst of all is the way I sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off. That was another problem of Lomov. When suddenly something in my left side gives a pull, I can feel it in my shoulder and head. I jump up like a lunatic, walk about a bit and lie down. Again, but as soon as I begin to get off to sleep, there is another pull, and this may happen 20 times. Now, in the meantime, Natalia comes in. So here in this speech of Lomov, we have seen what were the opinions of, what were the feelings, what were the excitements of Lomov regarding marriage. So you see the meaning of some terms: trembling, that is shaking or quivering; hesitate, that is pause in indecision before saying or doing something; housekeeper, a person who manages a household, that is called a housekeeper; palpitation, that is a noticeable, rapid, strong or irregular heartbeat due to agitation, exertion or illness; a twitch, that is a sudden quick moment or feeling, that is the meaning of twitch; lunatic, a person who is mentally ill, that is the meaning of lunatic. So these terms are used by Lomov for himself to express his emotions. तो इस पूरी स्पीच में हम देखते हैं कि लोमोव जो है अपनी स्थिति बताता है मैरिज करने के पहले या मैरिज डिसाइड करने के समय उसकी क्या क्या मनोदशा थी, उसकी क्या क्या साइकोलॉजी थी, क्या कंडीशन थी, वो सारी चीज़ें जो है लोमोव ने इस स्पीच में बताई हैं। और उसने ये भी कहा उसकी क्या कंडीशन थी जब वो सोने जाता था, ठीक है। और ये सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस किया है लोमोव ने अपनी इस स्पीच में। इसी बीच जो है नटालिया जो है आती है। सी नटालिया, well, there it is you. And Papa said, go, there is a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vasilevich? So Natalia came and expresses his thoughts, what her father said to her. And well, it is you. You here refers to Lomov. And father said that there is a merchant come from his goods. How do you do, Ivan? So she asked, how do you do, Ivan? Lomov, how do you do, honored Natalia? Natalia, you must excuse my apron. Nagligi, we are selling peas for drying. Why have not you been here for such a long time? She asked. Natalia asked him, why have not you been here for such a long time? Sit down. They sit themselves. Won't you have some lunch? Now, meaning of Nagliji here means form of nightgown. That is the form of nightgown. Nagligi, it means it is a form of nightgown. So again, after arrival of Natalia, Natalia and Lomov talked casually, and Lomov said, "No, thank you. I have had some already." So Natalia asked Lomov for lunch, and Lomov said, "No, I have had some already." So this is the general conversation that took place between Natalia and Lomov. So both asked their both blessed each other, both asked for their betterment. ओके, सो यहाँ हम देखते हैं नटालिया लोमोव के बीच जनरल कन्वर्सेशन होती है, कैजुअल कन्वर्सेशन होती है, और दोनों ही एक दूसरे का हाल चाल पूछते हैं. दैट्स हैपेंस. सो आफ्टर दैट वी मूव टू नेक्स्ट. Natalia then smoke. She starts smoking. Here are the matches. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen did not do anything all day. So she is talking about the works that happened previous day. The weather is splendid now, but yesterday it was so wet that the workmen did not do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Just think, I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may not rot. I ought to have waited a bit. But what is this? Why, you are in evening dress again? She commented on the dress of Lomov. Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? So again Natalia talked about the hay and the field and the condition of the weather she discussed here. And after that she commented on the dress of Lomov. She asked, why are you in evening dress? Are you going to a ball or what? You are looking better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? So why have you worn such dress today? So this was the question put up by Natalia. And Natalia also talked about hay and the field and the workman, what work took place previous day. So this happened with Lomov. Lomov and Natalia were talking about field, about hay, about the workman, about the weather, and Natalia asked him about his dress. Why have you worn evening dress? Are you going to a ball or anywhere else? So I must say you look better. So Natalia says, I can say that you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? Lomov excited because Natalia told him that he looked better in this dress. He was excited. You see, Honor Natalia, the fact is, I have made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry, but aside, it is awfully cold. So, here, awfully cold means he was trembling, he was excited. Who was excited here? Lomov was excited because, firstly, he has expressed his opinion before Chupkov, that is Natalia's father. Now, she is going to express his opinion before his proposal before Natalia. So, he is saying that when I will share my opinion to you, perhaps you will be surprised. Of course, he is saying, of course, you will be surprised. Perhaps you will become angry, but it is awfully cold. Natalia, what's the matter? Pause well. Natalia says, okay, you speak. What's the matter? Lomov, I shall try to be brief. Lomov says, I will talk directly. I will not talk in round manner, and I will be brief in my speech. You must know, honored Natalia, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. Again, he started talking in a round manner instead of speaking the main point why he had come to his neighbor's house. Instead of saying that he had come to marry Natalia, he is saying in a round manner that since his childhood he had privilege of knowing her family, my late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited my land. I always had the greatest respect of your father and your late mother. So this is the general talking again. In this speech, Lomov speaks about late aunt and her husband, and she here means Natalia. Lomov told Natalia that he had inherited his land, always had the greatest respect for her father and her late mother. So here Lomov ने बताया कि वो उसके लेट फादर, बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है उसके फादर और लेट मदर के बीच में के लिए, और उसने इनहेरिट किया है लैंड. सो ये सारी चीज़ें लोमोव जो है बताता है नटाल्या को. सो दिस इज जनरल टॉकिंग दैट takes place between Lomov and Natalia. After that we see the Lomovs and the Chupkovs have always had the most friendly. So again, this is the part of Lomov's speech. He is saying the Lomovs and Chupkovs have always had the most friendly relationship, and I might almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. Both families respect each other. Both family have a friendly relationships, and as you know, my land is near neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birch woods. So here Lomov is talking about the family, the Lomovs and Chupkovs. He said that both families have a good relationship, friendly relationship. Both respect each other. Both have great regard for each other. Further, he says that his land is just near of yours. You remember that my oxen meadows touch your birch woods. Lomov speaks this line that oxen meadows touch your birch woods. Remark this line. This is very important. When Lomov says that oxen meadows touch your birch woods, then you see the reaction of Natalia. That is the first cause of their quarrel, you see. After this speech, what is the reaction of Natalia, we will see. See the word meaning inherited, that is received as an hire at the death of the previous holder. affectionate means readily feeling, showing fondness or tenderness. Oxen meadows means a land full of grass for animals to graze in. That is the meaning of oxen meadows. A land full of grass for animals to graze. That is oxen meadows. Birch woods, a wood of birch trees. So here simply Lomov gives information to Natalia that oxen meadows touch her birch woods. Now see what is the reaction of Natalia after this speech of Lomov. So this we have discussed here. We have in this section noticed the conversation that took place between Lomov and Chupkov, and especially here in this part we have seen the conversation that took place between Natalia and Lomov. And again Lomov was not able to express his opinion or feeling directly to Natalia. He started talking in a round manner. Instead of saying that he had come to marry Natalia, he was talking hither and thither. He didn't talk about the main point of his arrival. So general conversation took place between Natalia and Lomov. Lomov also talked about the family relation between the Lomovs and the Chupkovs. According to him, there is a friendly relationship between these two families, and these two families have respect, have regard for each other. After that, he told about his oxen meadows. He said that my oxen meadows touch your birch woods. That is the first cause of the quarrel that took place between Lomov and Natalia. Remember, in the introduction section, we have noticed that these three members used to quarrel over petty issues, trivial issues, small issues, and here the first issue is before us when Lomov says oxen meadows touch her birch woods. That was the first issue of quarrel. So in the next section we will see how did Natalia react at this point when Lomov says that his oxen meadows touch her birch woods. तो इस पूरे सेक्शन में हमने देखा लोमोव और चुपकोव के बीच क्या कन्वर्सेशन हुआ। इसके बीच हमने पाया कि नाटाल्या और आती है, नाटाल्या और लोमोव के बीच कन्वर्सेशन होता है। स्टार्टिंग में जनरल कन्वर्सेशन है, इसके बाद जो है लोमोव अपने एक्साइटमेंट, अपनी फीलिंग के बारे में बताता है इन अ राउंड मैनर। इसके बाद वो फैमिली पे आता है, दोनों फैमिली लोमोव्स और चुपकोव्स के रिलेशनशिप के बारे में बात करता है जो कि फ्रेंडली रिलेशनशिप है, और दोनों ही फैमिली एक दूसरे की रिगार्ड करती हैं, रिस्पेक्ट करती हैं। इसके बाद जो है लोमोव बताता है कि जो उसका ऑक्सन मेडोज़ है नाटालियास के बर्चवुड से टच करता है। ये बात लोमोव कहता है नाटालिया से, और ये पहला पेटी इशू है, स्मॉल इशू है जिस पे दोनों ही नाटालिया और लोमोव आपस में क्वारल करते हैं। कैसे क्वारल करते हैं ये हम लोग नेक्स्ट सेक्शन में देखेंगे। और हमेशा ये याद रखना है कि इस एक्ट में तीनों ही कैरेक्टर की जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, ऑल ऑफ देम आर क्वारलसम, दे क्वारल ओवर small issues, trivial issues. So one one of the trivial issues is this oxen meadows touch your bush oats. ये पहला इशू है जिस पे ये आपस में क्वारल करेंगे, और कैसे होता है वी विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन.